at this point, I think I'm just gonna make YouTube videos of me and all the bullshit that I freaking come across, trying to make shit right and trying to get stuff done the right way. I really debated about that, about maybe making my YouTube channel. This was like years ago, because everything that I would do, everything that I would always try and do the right way, it never ever fucking worked. So I was thinking of like tailoring it towards like, you're in a situation where you're booked and then you just have to get out of it. So ain't that some shit? Come out here to make a video on the freaking two-door on how to fix some shit. Look at the key. That's the position the key was left in. Yep, that battery, oh my god. Alright, so now we got a charger on it. Let you know what's going on. I'm gonna work on this thing until it kills me. So 96 two-door Tahoe. We still got the 5.7. We got a 411 swap PCM because we have a 4080. You can tell we got the big transcooler right here. It's a 4080 four-wheel drive. So the issue that I'm having, we got, after the tune loaded, it starts up and it's fine. But we got P0748 pressure control solenoid electrical, and we got P1860 torque converter clutch pulse width modulation. Those are the only two faults. Right now I haven't driven it because as soon as you put it into reverse, harsh engagement, so I'm not going to do anything. I suspect we either have a bad solenoid or we have a bad ECU. Nothing wrong with the tune file. I got this tune file from Mail Order Tuner here in Texas. You can hit them up. Similar to what Lund Racing does. Just send you a tune file over the mail, or you can send your ECU to him, tell him what you got, and he'll give you a tune. So I believe the ground circuit for the PWM, for the torque converter clutch solenoid in here, may be internally faulty. This is a junkyard ECU. Tune's fine, but I think the ground circuit, the driver for here, is bad. That's what I suspect. So we got the meter, we got the tool, all my harness stuff and everything. So I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna check everything from the beginning, from the very beginning, square one, and we're going from there. Right now we're gonna handle P0748, the pressure control solenoid. That's what we're gonna look at first. So on here, on the diagram, what it shows, we have the 1-2 solenoid, we got the 2-3 solenoid, we got the torque converter clutch solenoid, and then we got the pressure control solenoid. 4 of them. They all get power from, I think it's that guy right there, this pink wire that's right in here, somewhere in here. So I do have that. I got 14 volts at the trans connector. All the solenoids are switched on the ground side. All of them check out fine except for 2. So there's a few different things that could be. I'm gonna just straight get to it. I'm not gonna teach nobody. I'm just gonna straight get to it. I'm tired of this mumbo jumbo. I'm gonna just get straight into my diag. Actually, the pressure control the pressure control solenoid gets its own power. Anyways, so we got it right here. I'm on the 2 pins that are measuring the pressure control solenoid. And you see right there, we got the red and black and blue and white right here. I don't care who's gonna say I'm doing it wrong, but whatever. And look, 0.9. So right now my trans is defaulting to full line pressure. That's why I'm getting the hard engagement. So that's not good. Either it's a bad solenoid or internal wiring. Now, you can see right there it went up to 1 point whatever. But the weird thing is, well, even directly at the trans connector, at the transmission, disconnect it, go and measure in there, I'm getting the same thing, 0.9, 1.4, whatever the case. But the thing about this that's weird is I can go here, can leave that one there, and let's just say I go to the AC compressor, and look at that. It's kind of going all over the place. So the reason why I'm going to look at this circuit is, this is an amperage based circuit for the pressure control solenoid. So the ECM doesn't really send out like voltage on and off. It monitors amperage, and with this circuit being too low, if it's at 0.9 ohms, it's gonna throw the fault because it's not gonna see the correct amperages because the spec for the solenoid is 3.5 to 8 ohms. That's what it wants to see. And if we're over here and we're just seeing, you know, look at that, 0.6. And if I just go here and I'm just gonna find a stud, that's OL. But if I go over there to the AC compressor, look at that. I got a short to ground. I got like another ohm there. Almost another ohm on the ground side, which shouldn't really be that way. Let's go on the other side. Let's go to the red and black. On the high side, same thing. So let me try something right now. Let me try something. Alright, let's see. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna come right here, motherfucker. Alright. Disconnect the trans connector. Alright. But you know, I'm gonna just leave it like that. So everything is right there laid as it would be. I'm gonna leave it like that. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna measure the same things. I'm gonna go here and there, and look, there we go, measuring the same pins, 6 and 8. Look at that. Oh well. Oh well. So that's what it's supposed to be. Now if we take one of these and put it over there on the ground side for the AC compressor, look at that. You can see over here, this is just going to pretty much just an engine ground, chassis ground, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go back over here to pin 6. Oh well. I'm gonna go over here to pin 8. Oh well. Right there, nothing. Bracket, if I go over here, even freaking on the body, anywhere that's a ground, fuck it, radiator hose, right? Radiator hose, nothing. I don't give a damn. Body. Okay, so here we got no short. So this part of the harness that's in here, from this trans connector all the way down there, well, the PCM connector to the trans connector is fine. All right, so if you look at it, A, B, C, and D. Right there, A, B, C, and D. E, right here, the pink one, that's right there. I don't know if I can zoom in and see the E that's on it somewhere. There it is. Oh, look at that. E is power. We got power. C and D, those two are what, ooh, look at the jelly. It looks so crazy. Anyway, C and D, that's pressure control. So we know this part of the harness is fine. I'm gonna measure directly in there to see if we have a short to ground measuring for the solenoid, because from in here it goes directly from these pins inside the transmission for the solenoid. I'm gonna check for a short to ground. All right, so measuring C and D here, going 1 to ground, we have 0.2 ohms. So I can't show it on you on here because it's OL, but that means we have a short from this pin to somewhere inside here. So I'm a little upset. That means I gotta drain the fluid, have somewhere safe to put it. Even if I were to hypothetically put a brand new solenoid into there, I would still have the short to ground, which that's not supposed to be there. It's only supposed to be switched on the ground side at the ECU, so that's why I'm getting that fault, and that's why the transmission's defaulting to full line pressure. Oh god, this is stuff you do at like a dealership, but whoever says this stuff is easy and you know, you can do this swap and blah blah blah, yo, kiss my ass, bro. I'm having issues. All right, and then you can see here This is a new pressure control solenoid. So it's kind of good. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need it because I'm going to find a short somewhere. Let's do this. Boom. And boom. Boom. We getting that done. We're at 4.4. 4.4. So that's what the reading should be. The spec and all data for this is 3.5 to 8. So you can see at the measurements that we have here, going down to the solenoid with the short to grounds we have, we're getting like 1.1. We're getting like 0.9 to 1.4, which is not good, not ideal. This is an amperage based circuit. So if this solenoid that we have inside here, if the ohms are lower, amperage is going to be higher, which is why it recognizes the fault. The feedback is not what it's supposed to be because it's an amperage monitored signal. And if the ECM here, or if this guy doesn't see the correct amperage, defaults max line pressure, and you're kind of fucked. So, well, it's a good thing to have this here to know what a good one is. But I think there's something in the harness. There's gonna be like a frayed wire or something that's going from the harness to the valve body. Everything's new. The harness that's in here, the internal harness, is a brand new GM harness 44080. So there has to be an issue somewhere. I don't know what it is, but for right now, I'm gonna drain the fluid and get to inspecting because I have to go inside of it to see what the next part of the process is, and I'm gonna put this guy away.
All right, son of a bitch, found the problem. So I have a pressure control solenoid fault here. You saw me check all the ohms and everything. This guy is under spec. Look what I found. This bolt right here, this harness right here, purple and blue, that's what's inside the harness. Coming down here, over here, following it, I suspected a short, and look what I found. Look at that. One little mistake. So this guy was shorted to this tube because of that bolt. So I guess what happened is when he put everything, God, I'm a bad motherfucker. You know what? I'm a bad motherfucker. I found this shit. So what happened was when he installed this, it got stuck on that bolt. I don't know if that bolt is supposed to be like in or, but you see, I need to find out what exactly this bolt is for. I don't really want to mess with it, but this tube here, I think this is a transfer tube, broke that fucking wire, and I'm pretty sure that's why I have the converter clutch solenoid fault too, because the shift solenoids back here, they're not affected. But look, this harness that goes up here to the freaking EPDW, or the torque converter clutch pulse width modulation, and the pressure control, right fucking there. What the hell? So I gotta fix this because I'm not getting a new harness. Oh, God damn it. I don't know what to do, if I should get a new harness or not. God damn it. All of this is going to be submerged in fluid, so I don't fucking know, dude. I'm going to figure something out. I need to figure something out. But we found it. So that's why I have those two faults. I have P1860 and P748. And that's why if I go here, like I stated before, that's why I have a short to ground on the pressure control solenoid, and I also have a short to ground on the torque converter clutch solenoid. So it needs a harness. It needs a harness, and I trust no one. But I mean, at least we found out the issue. At least we found the issue. So I have a new harness on the way, And I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I don't even trust the transmission anymore. I don't trust the transmission because the transpan bolts were loose. If you haven't seen that, that was another video. And it was whatever, put them up. But now that I found this, another loose bolt that caused an electrical issue, I don't even know what's going on internally inside the transmission. I could think for hours about clutches, steels, snap rings, lock rings, but whatever the case is, everything that I did was right. The ECU, getting the ECU, all the wiring, done, fixed. All the swap hardware I did, done, fixed. Transfer case operation, done. Drive line, drive shaft, whatever, all that stuff is done. Transfer case rebuild, done, it works. I have 4 high and I have 4 low, which I didn't before. Yeah, so a little bit of a roadblock with what I have here, but that's what, I mean, that's, if you see the video, that's how I freaking found all of this. So I'm gonna wait for the new one, new harness, put everything back together, and hopefully this thing is good to go from there because I'm just tired of messing with stuff, fixing stuff that's not my fault. So at this point, when it comes, you know, later on down the road, rebuilding transmissions, just gonna do it myself. I mean, I feel like I'm capable of doing it. It's just that, you know, you don't want to take the risk. But look what I did. I did it the right way. I paid him a good amount of money. And now we got all this to happen. So, yeah, trust no one but yourselves. I'm gonna go eat some burgers.